Travelers, howdy ho. It has, it's been a minute. Probably like 2 weeks, maybe a little longer. But, you know, it hasn't been that long. But it's been a minute. And I'm back. I'm here. I'm streaming. I have complicated feelings about tonight's stream. Nothing dramatic, but there is a confliction in me because I don't know what to stream right now. Do I go back to Tunic? I think we left off at a boss that I rage died to for like an hour last time, and I have very little memory of what I'm doing. I'll have to relearn it. I'll probably rage at the boss some more. It'll be great. I'll probably die a lot and get frustrated, and then who knows how much is left of that game. I'm willing to give it a shot perhaps and go back and finish it for the sake of the playthrough, but I am also willing to admit that maybe I am just gonna rage quit it. But I am conflicted because of that. Also, I have all these scripts that I keep writing and rewriting for a YouTube video because I want to make a YouTube video that's a little bit more than just gameplay and like cropped gameplay, and I can do that, and I definitely want to get better at just that, cropping gameplay and making it shorter, you know, not so long, but also filled with the best moments, and also keep it kind of cohesive. And one thing I don't want to do is like, there's a middle ground, and I'm watching a lot of YouTubers lately, and there's a middle ground where you have something like Video Game Donkey, who will play an entire game and make a 3-minute video where the game is shown for maybe a minute, and somehow it works, and he can put in content and fill it with a lot of stuff and make a lot of jokes in his format that he does it, and that's good for Donkey. But then you also have other people like Jack Frags or, you know, Tom in the same genre, and they both do primarily like shooter games, but their videos tend to be like anywhere from 15 to 40 minutes long, usually leaning on the shorter end, but they do a good job at showing games, but they are also very good at games. So, and they have community aspect with them where they can get people to join lobbies and get them set up in whatever they're doing. And I can definitely do longer format games. In fact, the last video, I think we had an Apex video, but my only issue with it, I suppose, was the fact that it was 40 minutes, which isn't like so bad, but it was, I think, 3 or 4, maybe even 5 games all shoved into the 40 minutes. And the idea of it, I guess, was to capture the entire night of the stream and condense it down. So it's basically like the stream VOD, but just all the fun bits or watchable bits in my perspective. But I could have probably cut that down to like 10 or 15 minutes, and it probably would have been better. At least like it would have been viewed better, and perhaps it would have performed better, because I could have just highlighted the victories and got the good bits in there, maybe put in some jokes or whatever, but then I would have missed the other games. And I don't know, I kind of like, part of this thing for me is to make memories, so I want to be able to make memories, and to do that I want to have larger portions and just snippets from my perspective. And it's hard, especially when none of my other friends like stream those things. Like I can't do like a multi-perspective kind of video, you know. I mean, maybe I could later. Hoopla's trying. He said he wants to stream or do something, so maybe that'll become an eventuality of some kind. But primarily for me, it's a decision right now where, do I play Tunic, finish it up for the sake of finishing it up? I could. It might frustrate me, so I'm kind of leaning against it, but at the same time I do want to finish the playthrough. And then also there's the temptation to mix it up with a new game, but do I want to start a whole new campaign, and do I want to return to that every Monday? It's part of me is really thinking like, I've been doing pretty good keeping up on the Mondays, but part of me is thinking it would be easier for me to just lean into my faults a little bit, where I'm pretty ADHD brained, where I can get hyper focused on games. I can swap genres a lot. I rotate games probably like bi-weekly usually, or at least genres. I'll have like a handful of games I'm like kind of cycling through a month, and I could lean into that and just start streaming like normally around this time every night, around 9 o'clock ish, Bree goes to bed, I'm just here gaming anyway. I could just be streaming that, doing whatever the fuck I'm doing. It doesn't have to be a planned thing. I could just be on and hanging out with people. And I could be doing that every night. Around 9, I could get on, just play whatever I was going to do anyway, and just hang out with people. I don't have to plan anything that way. I just have to show up, basically. Part of that for me is I'm gonna have to make myself presentable, because I don't always want to be here in my PJs or in my slouched state I would normally be sitting here in. But maybe we make that work. Another part of me has got this thing behind me now, which it's just the same thing as before, but with a blanket over it, you know. I've always wanted to the reason I kind of got this because I was hoping I could kind of green screen the gray tarp out, but it wasn't as I thought it would be. And then I realized it's probably going to be harder to do any other color than blue or, you know, the green screen. So the idea is eventually this thing will be a green screen blanket instead, and I can either hide myself, blend myself in with the game or whatever, you know, or some people do where they put themselves in the corner and it's just them in their chair and then the game and there's no background. Or I can use it for videos, you know, kind of stand in front of it myself and do things that I want to do. So that sounds like a good idea. I'm going to be getting a new microphone, the Yeti as well. It sounds good, you know, it works fine, but my main issue with it is it picks up everything. It picks up everything around the whole fucking room. You can hear Bree probably from the bedroom laughing if you know, you can hear people talking down the hall. I need to get a new mic that's going to only hear what's right here. And then something I've always wanted to do, and me and Bree have been talking about it a lot lately, even just kind of like our future. I've always wanted to utilize my voice, right? Now, I don't have a godly voice by any means, but when I was in high school, one thing I always told people I wanted to do one day was be like on the radio or something. And that was my like thing throughout all high school. I was gonna go be on the radio. I was figuring out what I had to do in college to make that happen. But then everybody would tell me, everybody in my class would tell me, you do not have the voice for radio. I don't see it. I couldn't see that, blah, 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 blah. And then suddenly senior year hits and everyone is telling me the opposite. Like senior year, everyone's suddenly saying, yeah, I could see it happening. So I don't know if my voice changed throughout that process. I don't think it did. I've had this relative voice for a while, but maybe it did. I don't fucking know. In any case, suddenly people were telling me they liked my voice. And that really frustrated me back then because I was always thinking, like, damn, because I gave up on that radio thing, thinking like I didn't have the voice for radio. Who gives a fuck what people think, man? I've been going throughout the whole, you know, the rest of it is I've been streaming. I've been using my voice for that. I've always had compliments for my voice now. And every time I'm at work lately and I'm thinking, what am I going to do with my future? Someone comes through and tells me something about my voice. I'm getting all these signs with it. I'm just thinking, get a microphone. I was talking with a voice actor who joined our Owl Buddy Guild when I was playing World of Warcraft. I don't know, a long time ago. And he was telling me about this website you could go and you can get jobs and just do like cheap jobs for anybody who's just looking for like voice work for either like a YouTube video. It could be anything, right? It's nothing fancy, but you can get work done, get a portfolio made. I could easily make some videos where I would just put up a character's face, do a voice for it, add it to a portfolio. I feel like I could do voice work, man. I feel like I have a voice people would like for either just talking, doing stuff, you know, whatever. But then I have other voices that I like to do naturally anyway when I'm gaming or just joking around with friends or when I used to roleplay. So that would be fun, I feel like. So I'm considering I'm going to get my next paycheck. I'm going to be looking into a new microphone, something that won't pick up everything in the room, something that's high quality for voice work. And then I'm going to actually try to build a portfolio for that. Secondly, what up, boys? I need to address you. I was just kind of ranting there. That would be badass, talking about getting a green screen to replace this thing behind me here, because this is kind of just temporary thing. It's better than the gray background I usually have, you know. But my intention was always to get a green screen back there and do a lot of stuff, video and stream wise. I was also talking about videos earlier. Started my rant about wanting to get an actual scripted video out there, not just gameplay, but I also want to improve my gameplay. It's confusing. You could probably watch the start of this stream later. You know what? I'm not even gaming right now, so I'll just do this too so you can see me a little better. I'm sorry about the reflection. You'll see that I bow down a lot just because when I'm looking down, you know, there's no glare, but as soon as there's my monitor. I don't know if I need to get like different glasses, if that would help. I don't know if I'm looking this way, is the glare there? Oh yeah, it totally is. It's not as bad when it's like some dark over there, but it's, yeah, I hate the glasses glare. I tend to tilt my head down a lot just so you can see my fucking face. And I'm just ranting tonight. I was debating what to do. You missed my dilemma. I was thinking like I could continue Tunic. I could finish that campaign, get the playthrough just for the sake of finishing the playthrough, but it's been so long. I left off on a rage quit. It's really making me not tempted to go back and just say fuck it, do something else. And then I went on a tangent again about how I kind of want to utilize my faults to improve my stream. And when I said that, I meant, you know, I got pretty big ADHD brain. I am constantly swapping games. I have like a handful of games a month before I swap them out for a new handful of games the next month, you know? I'm thinking I want to stream more. I want to get more content out there. I want to get, you know, keep the routine going. So I'm like, my idea is I just utilize my fault, my ADHD, to just play whatever I'm doing anyway. The thing is, at 9 o'clock, Bree's usually in bed. I'm usually here chilling by myself anyway. I might as well just be fucking streaming whatever the fuck I'm doing instead of doing it here alone and waiting for Philo to log on for the night. Like, I might as well just fucking do whatever I'm doing and hang out with people, because that's the vibe I want to give anyway. But my only thing is I'll have to give a fuck about what I look like. I don't want to show up in PJs every day, so I'm gonna have to get on top of routine. And the only reason I want to finish Tunic is because it's a playthrough. I want to commit to that. I feel like I'm failing it if I don't. And it feels bad to quit on a rage quit. Or, yeah, feels bad to leave it on a rage quit. But also, I don't know. It felt good to have a structure where I was playing a new campaign every Monday and just keeping it going. Feels bad to break it. But that's what I don't know what I'm doing now. I was thinking of just playing whatever I was going to do anyway, which the last couple days has just been Star Wars Battlefront. So I was thinking maybe I could just do the campaign on there tonight, just fuck around. But also that might not be the best thing to do tonight. I could do other things. There are other things I could do that I would like to do as well. There's a don't die mode. That's fucking crazy. And something we might utilize to skip a rage quit. I'm not gonna lie, that might be a reason to go back and finish that shit. You fuck with Expedition 33 yet? I have not. I do have Game Pass right now, though, I think. So I could. I think I have Game Pass. So I could definitely give it a shot. Let me just check out my Game Pass real quick.